Hello everybody, and wow, have we got a problem. 8 days ago, so last Friday, I predicted that Rishi, World Economic Forum, Sunak, would be coronated as the new Prime Minister on Monday. And wow, I was correct. I called that last Friday. It was in the video that I produced on the teacher who was arrested. Yes, let's not forget the teacher who was imprisoned, actually, for refusing to use the they, them pronouns as a teacher at a Christian school. The world has gone bonkers. And, of course, I predicted that Rishi Sunak would be the new Prime Minister on Monday. And it's had a bit of a stir with the Tory party's members. I'll show some footage of that later on, because the Tory members are not happy. And why should they be happy? They had the choice of Rishi Sunak and Liz Truss. And they elected Liz Truss. The parliamentary party wasn't happy about that. The mainstream media wasn't happy about that. The European Union wasn't happy about that. Joe Biden wasn't happy about that. The rest of the globalist Western world wasn't happy about that because, of course, Liz Truss, she did what she stood on a little manifesto. Now, she did say that she would reduce corporation tax to make the United Kingdom far more competitive than the rest of the countries in the European Union, more competitive to big business, to the United States of America. And, of course, Joe Biden and the German politicians, the heads of the European Union, they wasn't happy about that at all. And yeah, Tory members aren't happy about this. I don't think many people are happy about Rishi Sunak being the unelected Prime Minister of this country. Yes, like I say, later on, I'll show some footage of a Tory member whose dad is, he said that his uncle was a branch chairman, and he was a Conservative member. And yeah, I fully support what he had to say. And there was an absolute meltdown about it, of course, on LBC Radio. Speaking of LBC Radio, I'll play this clip first, because now it is a crime to use the word globalist. According to LBC Radio, if you use the word globalist, like this Tory member did, you get called a racist. Apparently, it's a slur on the Jewish race. My word, I've heard it all now. This is they are trying to ban the word globalist, and if you use it, you get called a far-right racist, a anti-Semitic racist. It's this presenter really is Well, I'll just play the clip, because instead of describing how nutty she is, I'll just play the clip because it speaks for itself.
What I'd like to know is, because you say that you represent the average Tory member, what I'd like to know is, what do you think Rishi Sunak needs to do to prove his Britishness to the point where you believe Tory members would vote for him?
I don't doubt he's British, don't get me wrong.
You said he doesn't... Hang on. You said he doesn't love his country.
England.
He doesn't love England.
His family, his business, they seem to be globalists. They don't seem to love England. And you point out the furlough. Well, we actually see it differently. He gave away £400 billion and practically bankrupted our economy over the idiotic furlough payment.
He did not bankrupt the economy. That's factually incorrect. He did not bankrupt the economy. Also, may I ask you, hang on, Jerry, as we carry on, this is very important, Jerry, as we carry on this conversation, please don't use the phrase globalist again, because many of my Jewish listeners will find that incredibly offensive, because it has also been used at times as a racist put down to the Jewish community. So carry on, Jerry. if you wouldn't mind answering...
That's not true. That's not true. I don't mean Jewish. If I meant Jewish, I'd say Jewish.
I did not...
is somebody who has international...
Jerry, once more, I'm going to give you one more chance. I have explained to you that many members of the Jewish community are offended by that phrase. Please do not use it. Please answer my question.
There we go, everybody. The loony left in meltdown. Wow. You cannot say globalist anymore, or else you will be accused of being a far-right racist. It's getting rather ridiculous now, isn't it? But yeah. Wow, just wow. Anyway, let's listen to what this guy claimed to be a Tory member. Like I said earlier, I watched the full clip of this radio broadcast, and he said his uncle was the branch chairman of the Tories, and this was last week before Rishi Sunak was coronated as the unelected Prime Minister. And everybody was talking about how Rishi's going to unite the Tory party. Let's see if this guy has the same... Let's see if this fella, who's a self-confessed Tory member, who knows, maybe he's a Tory candidate, but in local elections, let's see if this fella thinks that Mr. Sunak is going to unite the Tory party members and the party as a whole.
You say that you represent the average Tory party member. You say they did not vote for Rishi Sunak because he does not love England in the way that Boris Johnson loves England. Please answer my question. What do you think Rishi Sunak could do to prove his love of the country, Jerry?
Nothing, because he will lose 80% to 20% if he stands in any vote against the electorate.
Is the real problem here, Jerry, that Rishi Sunak is a brown man and you don't trust him at the top of this country?
Well, could you imagine him going to the Scottish Nationalists and being the Prime Minister of the Scottish Nationalists? Could you imagine me becoming the Prime Minister of Pakistan or Saudi Arabia? No, these things matter. I'm sorry you don't like it, but this is predominantly, we're talking about England, right? 85% of the English people, yes, are white English people, and they want to see a Prime Minister that reflects them. It's like, I can't just go to India and be the president there, can I?
So just to be really...
Well said there, Jerry. I could not agree with you more. I hope many Tory members feel the same as you, Jerry. And I hope that you all decide to walk. Cancel your membership, Jerry. Because the members voted for Liz Truss. After 44 days, they wouldn't have it. They got rid of her. The mainstream media, the globalist cabal, they all made sure that Liz Truss did not last very long. They did not respect the members' decision. And then the party, they all decided not to stand against Rishi Sunak. And yes, I'm very disappointed in the likes of Jacob Rees-Mogg, Steve Barker, you know, these staunch Brexiteer types, how they just sat back. Oh, Boris has pulled out. Boris has been paid off by Sunak's very rich wife. But not one of them decided to stand against Sunak. They do not respect the members' wishes. They did not like what you voted for. So if you're a Tory member listening to this, make your voice heard and cancel your membership of the party. And let's have a look at Prime Minister Sunak's solution to the illegal refugee problem. You know, where we're getting hundreds, sometimes thousands of illegal refugees, economic migrants coming over the English Channel on dinghies every single day. And this has been happening at ridiculous, alarming rates of threat to the national security over the last few years. It's now costing the taxpayer £6.5 million a day to house them in hotels. So Mr. Sunak, instead of putting his foot down with the French, instead of sending the boats back, instead of removing ourselves from the United Nations Refugee Convention. No, Mr. Sunak, his solution is to give millions and millions of pounds of taxpayers' money to Albania so that Albania can spruce up the state and its infrastructure in the hope that migrants and these criminal gangs aren't still going to want to come onto the shores of Britain, where they know it's the welfare state and they get given everything. House, money, they don't have to work. Yeah. Yeah, Sunak, yeah, I'm sure giving millions of pounds to the Albanian state, and it might not even get spent on infrastructure. You know, who knows? I'm pretty sure the Albanian government is probably corrupt as hell. Yeah, millions of pounds of our money is just going to go in the back pockets of a load of corrupt politicians. So our money's being given by our corrupt politicians to the Albanian corrupt politicians. It's not going to do anything. This new Prime Minister's a joke. This government's a joke. The whole system in this country is a joke. We must be insane to allow this to occur into our country. Please like, share and subscribe and comment on the video. It helps the algorithms on YouTube. Thank you very much for watching.